Right back here at Buc-ee's, just had to take another quick pit stop, but I'm also using it as an opportunity to get caught up on some comments on my story on Facebook or comments on Instagram, looking at just giving it as an opportunity to breathe and also generate a little bit of additional content. As you can see, it doesn't take that much effort to generate some more content when you have an opportunity. It's just recognizing those little moments throughout your day when you can just whip out your phone, take a quick picture, take a quick video before getting back on the road and getting back to work. And while I'm driving, I'm listening to Brave New Work, which is an interesting take on modern organization, like modern business, and a new approach, or a different approach rather, to make it more efficient by I'll probably do a bad job summarizing it for right now, but basically doing away with all these strict processes that are designed to constrain individuals' autonomy in a way. What I'm hearing from it so far is it's very interesting. It's mind opening. It's giving me a different perspective, that's for sure. And some stuff is definitely resonating with me, and definitely what I've done recently, and the self-awareness that I've taken regarding leaving my previous job, starting my new job tomorrow. That takes a level of self-awareness that I've been working on myself. And I'm just trying to work, showing myself that I don't really need anyone else's permission to do what I feel like I need to do. I just need to give myself that permission. And I'm realizing more and more that people are just constraining themselves by putting themselves in a box and limiting what they can see outside of that box for fear of what have you, for fear of, what others may think of them, for fear of losing their job, and losing their income. I can understand that. I can empathize with that. But at the same time, if you're somewhere in a position right now where you don't like your job, or if your manager is threatening to fire you because of something in your job, if you're not doing that well, but you're doing your best, and your manager is attempting to intimidate better performance out of you by just threatening either your livelihood or just your source of income. You are confident enough in your own skills, your own abilities. If you have that self-awareness and you can land on your feet no matter where you are, then I would say call their bluff and tell them, hey, you keep threatening to fire me, but you haven't, so why haven't you? If you're in a smaller organization where you can potentially move more quickly inside, and these strict processes aren't in place yet, then try new things out, try different things out. I mean, that's the whole point of being in a smaller organization. You have more mobility in a way to try things outside of the norm. Now, if you're in a larger organization, a larger enterprise, that can be a little bit more difficult. You might have to live with the bureaucracy momentarily, at least, until you can hopefully get some other coworkers or even management on board with the mentality of being able to have that autonomy and that sense of experimentation to help with your organization. And unfortunately, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy where the organization measures itself on performance, but with that performance, it's hard to show consistently any new ways you want to move in order to either try to increase sales if it's not working right away. We're very short, like most big businesses are very short-term focused. They're only focused on like not hardly even 5 years out, but only like the next quarter out. that is definitely something that can be a hindrance, especially if you're wanting to, if you're an individual that really wants to move in a new direction. You can see where potentially the market's going or where behavior is going, and you want to either catch and ride that wave or be ahead of that wave. Maybe this is just ramblings of a man who has been driving for a while, but I've kind of gone off the rails just a little bit, but I just need to get those thoughts out there for a moment while I had a second to just take a break and sit and not be on the road, and give that as an opportunity to just create a little bit more content. And now it's time. I'm going to make one final posting on my Instagram story about the book that I'm reading, and then I am going to head back to Dallas. Something that I just wanted to talk about real quick before it escaped my mind. It just happened on the road, and it used to annoy me in the past whenever I was driving down the highway or even on the street somewhere, and somebody had their turn signal on and they didn't realize it was on. So their turn signal was just blinking constantly. Blink, 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 blink. I'm like, come on, you moron, turn it off. But I couldn't roll down my window and yell at them, your blinker's on! I especially when you're driving down the highway. So, and this I guess illustrates kind of a change in my mentality and the desire to teach someone to fish in a way, and applying it on the road. And so I started thinking, okay, how can I tell them that their blinkers on? And I was experimenting with some with some methods, and finally something that struck me is, you know what? I'm gonna put myself in their shoes. I'm gonna be them for a second. And I've started to be in the practice. I get ahead of the person and I stay with that person as long as I can. I match their speed and I try and stay right in front of them, but I'm not slamming on my brakes or anything. And I turn my turn signal on and I leave it on purposely, so that then they come to the realization oh, this idiot in front of me hit their blinkers on and they don't even realize. And then my mind, hopefully, them driving is oh, I'm also that idiot with my blinker on, so let me turn it off. And I'm happy to say that 100% of the time that I have done that on the road, and I've been doing that the past couple of months, they have turned their blinker off. It may take a couple of minutes, with the person that I was just with. It took them about, I want to say a minute and a half of me just staying there, in one time, and I had to change my blinker to the other blinker, so they're oh, my blinker's on. But with the patience, persistence, and just a change in approach, you can with very subtle clues. Even it doesn't even have to be at bang them over the head with it. That's just something that has been mind altering, I guess, for me in terms of trying to teach someone how to do something just through simple actions and showing. So that's just something that I wanted to get off my chest real quick. And now it's time to get back to my audiobook. All right, vlog, I'm back in Dallas. I actually just finished with one meeting with a couple of friends from church, talking about the branding and marketing position and what I think for the not only long-term planning, but also potentially a social media strategist position for church, which definitely I think we should have one. Now, whether it's part-time, full-time, that's something we still need to hash out. And potentially, I actually was able to record most of the conversation, so I'm going to try and repurpose that into some content to throw on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram a little bit later, but more on that later. Meeting went really well, I think. We made some good headway, but we still need to put in some fine tuning and fine touches. And now I'm on my way to another meeting at VitalStorm for the branding committee meeting for them, and hopefully offer some advice, I guess, or guidance in a way, for basically what types of content I think we can start working on for VitalStorm to help bring value to their clients and the people that they want to attract to their business to market with them, and how we can leverage using the branding committee and our own resources already within VitalStorm as kind of an incubator for different marketing strategies that we can then use and implement for the clientele that VitalStorm takes on. So I'm hoping that's going to be an interesting discussion as well, and because a lot of other people on the branding committee were also a little bamboozled from the last meeting. They didn't really have too much say. They really wanted to get an actual committee meeting underway and see what was happening. So hopefully we can satisfy that and help them feel fulfilled with the position and the committee they're on. And I think if we're able to address those needs, then this committee can really shine in the future and kind of be a nice bright beacon for VitalStorm. Oh my gosh, am I going to continue on this metaphor? Oh god. All right, just finished with the brand committee meeting with my old company, and it went pretty well. It was a good starting meeting, good starting point. Some people have some assignments for the next week, and it looks like they'll be meeting weekly. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do that myself with the current bandwidth that I have, but maybe if things go as I think they will go over the summer, I'll have some reduced hours to where I'll be able to make some more weekly meetings if need be, if they deem me necessary. Of course, it's all whether they actually want me to come and be involved, which I hope I am in some form or fashion. All right, vlog. Decided to take a break from all the excitement and activity of the day and spent some quality time with the wife and had some good family time. And got caught up a little bit toward getting prepared for Endgame. Really looking forward to that coming out later this month. We watched Doctor Strange, and yeah, just had a nice relaxing evening, just enjoying one another's company. And now I am getting the next round of YouTube videos uploaded and ready to be scheduled. I'll finish scheduling those in the morning before I head off to my first day at my new job.